Nam Yoho Renge Kyo. Nam Yoho Renge Kyo. Nam Yoho Renge Kyo. Give thanks and praise to the mystic laws of the universe and its protective functions and forces in nature that guide our thoughts and our path in all ways that are lawful, correct, now accurate, and positive. We do give thanks and praise. Now, they are them for talk Barbados and those people over there. Because them have a king around here, a Nestorian king. Them just unaware. However, I'm not going to make because of their unawareness withhold any kind of free sovereign information from the Barbadian, my Barbadian people over there, the people who choose to subscribe to the Nestorian king. I'm on scene at the court where the people over Barbados call themselves High Court, grab a Rastaman, and the Rastaman go appeal to them to allow them to use them herb as sacrament, basically. So I'm just address that situation legally, lawfully, and appropriately in my sovereign state capacity as Nestorian king, as Superior Court Justice, and as Chief Counsel of the Awak Indian Nation in America, that specific and set apart society. Before I go down into the thesis, let me address the situation accordingly. Now, the High Court of Barbados, what the Barbados High Court has essentially said is that the Sacramental Cannabis Act, though restrictive, does not cross the constitutional line into unlawful infringement. Justice Weeks' dismissal of Ras Simba's challenge means the court is affirming that government's authority to regulate cannabis use, even when claimed as a religious sacrament, so long as the restrictions are deemed reasonable within constitutional bound. Now, this Chief and Superior Court Justice and Chief Counsel are going to present my legal and sovereign analysis. Number one, Barbados and all judicators out there, unlearned as you are. Number one, there can be no restriction placed upon the fundamental rights and freedoms. None. Number two, the government can only govern by consent. It has no authority to impose unconstitutional statutory regulations that was not consented to. Each individual have to present them wet ink endorsement. Number three, this decision sets a precedent that Rastafarian sacramental use of cannabis can be regulated without violating constitutional protections. No such things, we can't allow it. Number four, it shows how court tries to balance personal, individual, religious practice. Again, your personal, individual, religious. We say spiritual. We're not born religion and religiosity in all of its colonizing variations. So we say personal, individual, spiritual practice against political, public policy concerns. See the distinction? Them a push public policy when you stand up in your personal, individual, fundamental rights and freedoms. Are the distinction that them a use word wizardry and subtlety to beat you people badly. But I am here. I am he. Yeah, man, whether or not go acknowledge me or not, recognize me or not, I'm unmovable. Nestorian king. Number 5. Rastafarians may now need to pursue sovereign advocacy, not legislative advocacy or judicial relief. Sovereign advocacy, pressing Parliament to uphold the individual's fundamental rights and freedoms and amend the Sacramental Cannabis Act. We're not talking, man. This is why I claim sovereignty. Because there is no man or woman can come tell me about my herb. You know, even just don't try to talk to me without contract. Because I'm telling them brawl inside the bloodline where I race. Why? Because on audacious enough to perpetuate public slavery as if all away dance. Mad, we're going to wipe on our way clean from this earth so righteousness can reign. Yeah, man. And someone are going to get pushed in a one corner so we can easily identify. Oh, no. Yeah, man. Number 6, this ruling highlights the limits of constitutional remedies and the necessity of treaty-based or covenantal affirmations of freedom. When them say covenantal, it's synonymous with contract. Yeah, man. It's also synonymous with compact. Yeah, when it's a covenant, that's why we approach things in a specific way, ancestral way, ancient way. Number 7. The dismissal itself is evidence of the judiciary's reluctance to fully embrace indigenous or even the Rastafarian sovereign claims, reinforcing our thesis about the silence or limitation of judicator or inadequate performance from these judicators. So I made have to kind of bring some context and clarity before I go too far, because I know I'm full of information, you know. Yeah, man. Now we are pushed forward with this academic antithesis titled Freedom Declared, Freedom Denied, Constitutional Courts and the Regulation of Sacramental Sovereignty in the Western Hemispheric region known as the Caribbean, previously West Indies. Abstract. This thesis interrogates the paradox within Caribbean constitutional jurisprudence. Courts proclaim the sanctity of religious freedom while simultaneously upholding statutory restrictions that curtail sacramental practices. That's why we not come with no sacrament like them Sodomite, Dionysus people. We say ceremonial, ancestral. That's how we there. Joke of them have to stay away. That's why we better choose sovereignty. Using the Barbados High Court's dismissal of Ras Simba's challenge to the Sacramental Cannabis Act as a focal case, the study exposes the dissonance between freedom declared in constitutional text and freedom practiced in lived religious communities. We can't allow these unlearned people to interpret nothing for we. That's why I beg my people and for them to apply themselves and read these things lawfully, legally for ourselves so they can attain clarity. When they can't do it, come link me, man. Just come attach yourself to this platform, subscribe, and give a heal out. And that is more than enough. Yeah, you have to talk to me. You never can interact and engage with me outside the comments. You understand? And when enough have interest in what we are dealing with, I'm going to present information how one can choose to participate in any form of association with the work in their nation. Clarity. Now we're going to look at context and data. Number one, case reference. Paul Ras Simba, Rock versus Attorney General of Barbados, number 8, Supreme Court, July 2026. 2. Judicial outcome. Justice Michelle Weeks ruled that restrictions on cannabis use by Rastafarians do not unlawfully infringe religious freedoms. Number 3, comparative cases. Similar rulings in Jamaica and Trinidad and Tobago demonstrate a regional pattern of judicial restraint in expanding religious exemptions. Or structural analysis. Number 1, constitutional promise. Fundamental rights, clauses, plural, guarantee freedom of conscience and religion. Number 2, judicial limitation. Courts interpret, let's place emphasis on this word here, interpret. You know what I mean? So the court interpret these rights narrowly, subordinating them to statutory reasonable restriction. That thing they're a law. That's why the court them terrified a man like me with this kind of clarity. They are terrified even to present this information. Yeah, it's going to cause chaos out there, literally. Which judicator choose to refute or rebut me? Which one? Present yourself. Yeah, man, or stay silent and let your silence be acquiescence of this truth. Number 3, sovereign gap. The judiciary position itself as arbiter of what constitutes legitimate religious practice, thereby reinforcing state supremacy over sacramental sovereignty. The state for go on side. The state make all kind of presumption on the people, and because them not have enough knowledge, them not object and refute and repudiate these presumptions. I am he, who whether I want to like it or not, I am he. Human rights dimension. Number 1, Rastafarian communities argue that cannabis is not recreational but sacramental, integral to worship and identity. Number 2, international human rights instrument, example ICCPR, ACHR, recognize freedom of religion as including practice, observance, and ritual. So these High Court is out of order. You and Barbados, your High Court is out of order. Number 3, the Caribbean court's ruling reveal a reluctance to alien domestic law, with international standards perpetuating colonial frameworks of control. Wake up, Barbadians. The one them where no I, we can, resonate with I. And all of them are going like I, especially the mixed breed one them, where dominate the original ones. Sovereign interpretation, not colonial, political, judicial interpretation. This is a sovereign interpretation. Number 1, freedom declared. Constitutions proclaim liberty of conscience. Number 2, freedom practice. Courts differ to legislative control, effectively denying sacramental autonomy. So the courts are going to always side with them oppressing masters. They're oppressive masters always until you hold them to bear. When you hold them to bear is when you bring them under the Constitution, when them subscribe their own oath or affirmation, and when them go against it, it's decapitation for treason. Yeah, man, I shouldn't have to repeat that. Judgment. Yeah, man. It's a death sentence for treason. Want to go against the constitutional laws that have been prescribed and the Declaration of Human Rights and Freedom is adopted by all constitution, every single one. Jamaica have it in chapter 3. Don't let them fool you out, the people. Do not allow these unlearned colonizers to fool you. Because the moment them I work with the foreign state, they are colonizers. Now, our sovereign conclusion is this. The dismissal of Ras Simba. Again, Ras Simba. You hear me list down? Forgive me. The dismissal of Ras Simba's challenge exemplifies the judiciary's role in maintaining the state's monopoly over sacramental practice. Again, I'll repeat that. The dismissal of Ras Simba's challenge exemplifies the judiciary's role in maintaining the state's monopoly over sacramental rights. This antithesis asserts that constitutional courts in the Caribbean and other places often uphold restrictions while claiming to respect freedom, religious freedom, and all other freedoms, thereby exposing the gap between freedom declared, you have to declare it, and freedom practiced. Sovereignty, therefore, must be reclaimed, not through statutory legislation, but through covenantal affirmation and communal proclamation. Clarity. Now, I'm going to continue and just go on judgment the place. Our academic ceremonial manuscript, prologue of sunrise. In the dawn light, sovereignty awakens. The Caribbean courts proclaim liberty of conscience, yet their judgments bind sacramental practice to statutory chains. Thus begins the paradox. Freedom declared in parchment. However, freedom is denied in their political colonial practice. Chapter 1. The case of Ras Simba. In the number 8 Supreme Court of Barbados, Justice Michelle Weeks dismissed the constitutional challenge of Paul Ras Simba Rock. The Sacramental Cannabis Act was upheld, its restriction deemed lawful when it's not. The herb, sacred to Rastafarian worship, was confined to regulation, its flame dimmed by judicial decree, not when you are sovereign. Not when you are sovereign. Are you insane? You want to send one of our Port Royal cannon over Barbados to rip open that judiciary area? Clean up that nonsense. How dare you have the audacity to violate an individual's fundamental rights and freedom and deem it reasonable, necessary? That's insanity. That's in fact treason against the individual man or woman. Treason against The sovereign Rastafarian. Well, if the Rastafarian a citizen, none of what me has to apply to him, because my information cannot apply to citizens. Brawlingly, this is clarity. So if the Rastaman, like most of these Rastaman on the island, Sizzler, Mota Baruka, and all these great others are citizens of Jamaica and citizens of the corporate fictions. So what my information as sovereign cannot apply, forgive me. However, I have to present it for clarity. So Ras Simba, you need to link me so I can teach you about sovereignty, teach you about the West Indian paradigm, teach you about our Indian nation in America as a society. That way you become untouchable, unmovable, unadministratable by any untidy foreign agency or their agents. Now, go and go search out on the earth and see who else present this kind of clarity, this confidently. That's presented. Only right here, chapter 2. The constitutional paradox, number 1. Promise. Constitutions across the Caribbean and by extension, the entire American mainland enshrines freedom of religion. Number 2, practice. Courts choose to interpret this freedom narrowly, choosing to subordinate it to reasonable restriction. There can be no restriction on fundamental rights and freedom. There is no man or woman have the audacity or the authority to infringe upon the fundamental rights and freedom of each and every individual man or woman without written, express authorization by way of a contract. Now present the contract upon which you are relying for jurisdiction or face treason, which is an instant death sentence, decapitation. Full stop. Just think about it. All right. Number 3, paradox. The judiciary claims to respect religious freedom while denying sacramental autonomy, exposing the gap between freedom declared and freedom practiced. Chapter 3, comparative sovereignty. From Jamaica to Trinidad and the entire archipelago, courts echo the same refrain. Regulation prevails. Sacrament curtailed. International convention affirm freedom of worship, yet domestic rulings perpetuate colonial frameworks of control and colonization. The herbs, our herb, the marijuana, the ganja, all when a bush weed remains contraband in law, covenant in faith, joker over Portmore 2 East, and right now me I burn my split. And if you want me step out on the road burning my chalice, me do that all the while. Which pussy have any authority or even audacious enough to challenge me, I'm gonna blow that pussy the head off brawlingly in a lawful sovereign state capacity. Which one? Which sodomite? Which one? Send them. Full stop. Judgment. Chapter 4. Sovereign truth. Number 1. Sovereignty precede all colonial, political, national statutes. Number 2. The sacred herb is covenant, not contraband. Pussy. Which one? Which one? Number 3. Spiritual, what one call religious freedom, cannot be licensed, nor insured. It is ancestral, inherent, and eternal. Rasta over Barbados. I hope you not listen to me, warriors out there. Because I'm probably block all my information around there after today. So I better make sure I record it and choose to plug in and link me personally. That way, no imposter, no come as no intermediary. A lot of imposters out there make all kind of claim until them run up in on me. Judgment. Yes, judgment. Again, judgment. Chapter 5, archival dedication. Again, or sovereign archival dedication. This manuscript is engraved for the House of Dallas Archive, bound in gold and sunrise hue. It stands as testimony of the judiciary's reluctance to embrace sacramental sovereignty, and as proclamation that freedom must be reclaimed through covenantal affirmation, not statutory permission. Or closing ceremonial edict. Let this assembly all across the earth, specifically the West Indian archipelago, the West Indian paradigm, rise and proclaim freedom restored, peace defended, sovereignty declared. And notice we're not war, we're not fuss and fight, with us they are chant. Now the ceremonial proclamation of the sovereign witness of which I am. Freedom restored, peace defended, sovereignty declared. Hearken, O assembly of West Indian people, specifically the Awakans. On this day, the High Court of Barbados has spoken through Justice Michelle Weeks, dismissing the plea of Ras Simba, who sought recognition of the sacred herb as sacrament within his own home. So we are slave, them can play them game there. Try it with the sovereign now. Post it. Number 2, the court has declared that the Sacramental Cannabis Act, though restrictive, does not trespass upon constitutional freedom. It does this. Well, thus the voice of the judiciary has chosen regulation over revelation. It has chosen statutes over sacred sacrament. We, the West Indian people, specifically the Awakans, proclaim this, that the Rastafarian people, keepers of the covenant of herb and fire, remain bound by laws that measures their devotion in ounces and permissions. Number 2, that the sovereign spirit of worship cannot be confined to statutory chambers, nor can ancestral rights be licensed, registered, or insured by colonial decree. Number 3, that the dismissal of this challenge is not the end of the struggle, but the signpost upon the long road of liberation for the Rastafarian. Una better come learn sovereignty. Una run from me. Go and run. We are what can declare sovereignty precedes all colonial political national statute. The sacred ganja where we burn is not contraband but covenant. No boy no giving a chat. We lick out on the face, lick in on the head back. No chat, lock, all chat over Barbados. And by extension, even Jamaica, yes, sir. And anywhere else, lock chat when sovereign do them thing out there. Which one I want to carry now on the court about? Who don't have any authority? Which one I want to done sodomite pussy can gain authority over the free, the bold, and the brave? You mad? That's insanity. Don't try it. Do not perplex our tranquility. Do not interfere with our liberty. To do so is to do so at your own peril. Now, this is law. Number 3, the ancestral flame shall not be extinguished by no judicial ink nor data. None. Therefore, let this ruling be archived in the House of Dallas as testimony of the ongoing contest between freedom declared and freedom denied. Let it be engraved in gold and sunrise hue as a reminder that sovereignty is lived. We live this way, jokers out there. Not just talk it. Not granted. We don't get them thing as gift. Them pussy and not gain a gift. You know, you hear me tell you so them take my car off the road, my pro box, when it unregistered, uninsured, on everything. Me not associate with them pussy. And the sodomite them carry me in a them court. The joker them carry me in a them court and me embarrass the pussy them brawling and me have documentation can prove that. But show me it broke and now no money for go for my car and fix it up because I never intend to sue nobody because I know a fuckery. I not choose to participate. I just choose to get me out of vehicle and when the pussy them violate me. I take it personal and go root out them family before my judgment them because them can't stop me. And I go just bust off them family. All of them look, all when them have neighbor who live near them, you better run when the sovereign man come after and violate with liberty. Don't try we around here and think we are done, so we are some pussy. So let the assembly of West Indian sovereign rise and let the proclamation resound. Freedom restored, peace defended, sovereignty declared. I mean, I defend it for me, you know. All when me have to fight, uno, to defend this thing for uno. We are doing it. None of them cross-dressing sisters that can't do it. Them terrified out there. Terrified. But the pussy them we are colonized with, totally terrified our sovereign office. Them terrified of the old Templar of the place where them called Cartha. Them terrified of this anciency. Yeah, man. Terrified. I miss it. Yes, I. Anyway, let the words of our mouth and the meditation of our divine heart, our pure heart, be acceptable unto I people, unto the Most High Creator of nature, Most High, our protector and defender. We do humble ourselves and give thanks and praise. Truly. Yeah, man. I'm on a complete gratitude out there. I know I'm not really getting no big views around here, you know. I hardly find people. Wait, I want to go on over here. I say 6 people have view. Salute, good warrior. Me I give you both a salute, Hassan Blake. Salute, good warrior. Anna me king. Anna me king. Yeah, man. Complete gratitude for the share of the information whether I share with our platform. Yeah, man. Sir Walters. Yeah, man. Sir Campbell, House of Campbell, House of Walters, House of Davis. Yeah, man. Salute Aurelia, my Hebrew warriors, because I not separate myself from the Hebrew. That's why I say we talk English and we deal with Hebrew. I not deal with Hebrew because I not brew nothing. Me a Hebrew. I tell you now about the I in our alphabet, how unique and specific it is. We here in the far west, what them call India superior, when them are mistaken. We over here, so our thing is a little different. When we use our alphabet, it starts with A-H. Over there, so them go with A-L and them worship E-L. We will say, wow, that's the breath. That's the breath we give life. Remove the breath, everything cease. So we say, wow, meaning the breath of life, meaning self-existence. I'm hoping this brings some clarity. I hope it brings some clarity. Just for the ones them out there. Really. So it's a step-by-step process. We're not trying to prove nothing. We're not trying to undermine nothing when nobody do out there. And we definitely not disrespect nobody until them choose to disrespect we. We're not a sponge, we're not a SpongeBob, and we don't have no other cheek or turn. When you fuck with we're going brutally abuse you. We're going totally decimate you. Because we're not going to mess with you first. So we choose to reserve the absolute right to preserve our West Indian existence unapologetically. Which boy out there? Which girl out there? What agency? CIA where? A truth we stand up on. Everybody out there. Why have to bow to this sovereignty? Why? It is truth. And it is the only place one can find clarity. Yeah, man. Ask my brethren, Chief Judge, Honorable Chief Judge Chester Crooks. He might call it, oh, Mr. Dallas, is that honorable clarification? And I would say, yes, sir, it is. Yeah, man. Anyway, you know, me have to bring in my comedy. You know, me have to make the eye them laugh all when I know how can't find me funny. Why the mess you can't laugh with me? You just choose to always want to laugh at me. Oh, you can't find I man funny. Like not funny twisted gay. No man, like funny make you laugh till your belly bunny up. I mean that man, Jamaica's #1 comedian. I'm gonna give me a little bit of credit, no man, make me feel good, no man. Yeah, man, I love laughing. And I haven't been laughing for a while now. It's going on a year, I get that laugh that when I used to have the other day. But circumstance really changed, so we have to just, adjust accordingly. Yeah, man, but we have to, for my people out there, I am sincere. Yeah, man, and my sovereign advocate is for you people, truly and sincerely. I mean, I have no big plans for go be nothing, or for go do nothing, or for go go. Me not make my good right which part me there in my office. The other day, I tell a warrior, I said, I lost all interest for travel, really. Because I not see nothing out there. Really, I've lost interest for even travel. Me have to go find a brand new foreign lady, and that might entice me to take a foreign trip somewhere. Yeah, man, but true, me dey on this level, yeah, and any woman that can function on this level. because I experienced something beautiful recently. I mean, I think nothing can top it right now. It would amaze me if it does. Put it that way. So salute out there. Complete respect with honor. Perpetually. You know yourself. You're just terrified of this strength. And you don't know. I say everything. All when me now say nothing. All when me now, showing a kind of reaction. Yeah, man. And through my thunder way, yeah, sometimes it tear me up inside because I know too much. I know too fucking much. Yeah, man. I just know. All when things when I nothing know, I know and it tear me the mess up. So I chose my solitude because it's manageable. I'm not allow nobody to perplex this tranquility. I'm not allow nobody to come in my space and pollute it and violate my energy. I have to guard this energy. Yeah, in a way where, I have to. Because I have the experience of the hurt and the disappointment from the very same people where I always a give to. I show love to. And then, them not reciprocate, really. I'm telling you. Them just sit and wait for me if something bad for happen to me. So them say, yeah, see, that's why we now step out there like him. Totally scared. So me have to always stand up in a way where me I say, even when we're afraid, just make truth be our anchor. Let truth be our guide. And truth, only truth can be sovereign, nothing else. This is why I tell people when I come around me and say, oh, now I do my own things. That's fine with me. But please don't tell people or try to associate with me and what me I do while you are doing your own thing. It's two separate and distinct things. And this is clarity. That's all me I say. I'll share some information later and then we'll talk about some other things. Put it that way. Remember, I want to run this thing where when we upload it over TikTok, because TikTok so run me way, me I tell you that, When TikTok realize what me I deal with and how me I go about it, TikTok I go ban me for no reason at all, but TikTok I go realize them can't ban me. Just like how YouTube would have loved to, and they can't ban me. Just like how Facebook draped me up the other day, and you see the document when me show Facebook is a CARICOM passport, but because it was duly endorsed, instantly Facebook tell me something alright and everything good to go. After them block me, I say, what me do? Them I tell me all kind of nicks and knocks. Me just say, alright, here goes. So me I try to say this kind of information unique out there. I just them cannot appreciate it or choose not to appreciate it. I just them I make a choice there. I can't help that. But pay attention. It not sway me. Pay attention. It not derail me. Pay attention. Have I not been consistent from that time till now? From 2019 when the police them take me care and come public. Have I not been consistent? From before that in a 2017 when we are share information over the YouTube, I teach these one 2016. Have I not been consistent? I man not change. I man just improve. I man just become better. I man just become more refined, more precise, more accurate. And that is a truth. Oh, you know a truth? My platform is public out there. And all my information is available. All them can see when me I talk one way about the Constitution till me reach a point and attain clarity and start talk another way about the Constitution. They are them gonna say all right. I'm not hiding. I'm not a secret. It's just that Babylon make sure not to promote my thing. Babylon make sure warn them slave where have so-called influence said don't associate with that man. Do not. Hence, me have to just, I chant same way. And I do the right thing same way. And I bring the information same way. Bringing honorable clarification same way. Now, complete gratitude out there. Again, tag Barbados now and tell them for, you know, direct anything what them want to this sovereign office, this House of Dollars, this our work in their nation. And I take full responsibility for all of my information that I present. I shall be liable for anything when me do out there. Me, this man. Yeah, man, not afraid. And under penalty of perjury, we can function. Not afraid. Not afraid. Salute, complete gratitude. May the Most High guide and protect the item in all the item endeavors, in all the item ways, and bliss the item perpetually, completely. Salute, free people. Again, complete gratitude.